Well, hi everyone. Steve Harvell with Creative Ventures, and welcome to the last Over Coffee of 2022. So I get a call from a client who needs some help on a culture project. Now, we've done hundreds of culture products over the 41-year history of Creative Ventures. We've helped design them from scratch. We've adjusted within the context of a culture. We've put cultures together for companies. We've done a bunch of work in the culture space. So it wasn't an unusual call for us. Culture is a critical aspect of any successful organization, and it develops two different ways. It develops with intent, where it's designed, or it develops organically, where there's no real design and the dynamics of the company can end up creating the culture of the company. I've seen both models unbelievably effective for the specific companies that they ended up growing within. Cultures are like Legos, and I use Legos a lot. They're a great example for a wide variety of different things. But if you think about it, the block itself is the company, and the culture are the pegs that hold the blocks together. Without these pegs, Lego elements don't have any function. They're not sturdy, they're not connected. That's what culture does. Culture behaves like those two posts on a Lego when you put it together. Now, the company, before we entered into an agreement, had an interesting request. They said, Steve, can you tell me about the Creative Ventures culture? Can you share with us those elements so that we know how you think and what you think is important within the context of where you spend your daily working life? I had no trouble doing that. And I said, I'm going to start and talk just about our mission statement. What is our mission? Cultures go like this. Vision, the aspirational aspect. Mission, the steps that allow you to get towards your aspirational aspect. And your values, those building blocks that affect and impact how you look at your mission. So it goes vision, mission, values. And so I'm going to share with everyone what I shared with the client. 40 years ago, I created these 5 elements. It was before I was familiar with the power of 3, and I've kept 5 all 40 years. Everyone that's ever worked with Creative Ventures will have heard and known about these and will be able to recite them to you probably pretty regularly if you asked them. So let's start with the first one. You have to generate a profit. But sometimes profits are separated in time and space, so don't be short-sighted. Sometimes we do the work at the front end and we don't get the project or the profit till it's down the road. So it causes us to take a look at a holistic element of how we approach client interactions. The second one is we will help anyone, anytime, anywhere with anything that is within our power. Because this is how an organization makes a difference. The third one is we'll increase our sphere of influence. Touching as many minds as possible creates opportunity. That's why I consistently do writings, both in the paid realm and the free realm. That's how we expand our sphere of influence when people read and are introduced to ideas. The fourth one is we'll take opportunities that allow us to connect our ideas to actual applications. This means even if the profit end is lower, we need to be able to show that our ideas have real application, because an opportunity to test an idea in real life situations creates validity. And when you are a strategic consulting company, validity is everything. And our last one, the fifth one that we always use as a guiding point, is that if it ain't fun, forget it. There was no reason to spend 40 years trapped in a model that didn't generate enjoyment. So after sharing these with the client, sent them a written copy of them, they turned around and we got the engagement, and we begin in January. So the idea that you understand those things that help build your company, that you spend time on it, that you take a culture that's not a unicorn culture. A unicorn culture is a culture that just has their big vision, mission, values posted somewhere in the company and people walk by them every day, but nobody ever uses them. The best cultures are nail and hammer cultures. Cultures in which every time you're faced with this decision, you go to your aspirational vision, you go to your mission, you look at how your values are impacted, and you use it as an actual operating tool, which will be our goal with the client. Thank you, everybody, for such an incredible 2022. Nobody really knew what was going to happen as we came kind of fully out of the COVID pandemic. We were blessed to have a phenomenal year and have a phenomenal year on the books already for 2023. So I'm very honored that you take time to visit with us. I hope you have a joyous holiday season. And we'll look forward to seeing you in 2023 on Over Coffee.